And hello, good afternoon, good evening. Today, welcome to another setting of Radio Across New York as Simon, before he goes on his on Chloe's Chloe's challenge, hit the ship's meadow. He sent word that he's looking for Nicholas, and that a few kinfolk have out to say to looking for Nicola to say that Simon is waiting for him at the ship's meadow. So he's waiting, probably under a tree, sitting.
All right. Yeah, no, after receiving the message, Nickel kind of sighs, stop what he's doing, and then kind of go off to find Simon. So he'll come probably walking slowly, but walking nonetheless down the path.
When he see him approaching, Simon will smile. Wait, he'll get up, of course.
Yeah. Nickel sees Simon kind of walk up to him, and when he's in about 4 feet of him, just kind of tilt himself forward and roll on his shoulder, so he winds up on his back.
And he'll smile and tap his shoulder, tap his neck. You can get up.
Yep, and Nickel will haul himself to his feet.
So how I called you. I wanted to know how your training was going.
It's going all right. Doing more with wooden weapons, but I don't know.
And he'll smile at that. So I'm sure both your grandparents have talked to you about well your auspice, but from what you heard and what you can make out, what would you say if I asked you what it meant to be in a room? What would you say?
At its very base core, at its most simplistic understanding, I hit things really, really hard so they don't hit other people very hard.
That's I think that's a very it's true, but it's also very basic. We're not just warriors. We're when it comes to battle, of the other group will often look to us to be leaders. It's not just about hitting hard. It's also about knowing your surroundings, knowing what the enemy can do, so that you can defend against it. It's not as base core as you make it sound.
All right.
It's about yes, hitting hard enough so that the enemy won't hit someone else or you, but it's also about taking the blows for the others and knowing if you know your enemy, you might know what it can do. You also know how it thinks, how it will attack. You also have to, if you can know what an enemy's weak point and his strong points, so that you can use them against him. It all comes down to fighting your enemy. It won't be fighting depending on who or what your enemy is. You won't necessarily use the same tactics. And this all comes down to what being in a rune is.
All right. So I hit things and I figure out how to hit things better.
You figure out how to hit things better. You figure out a way to too. See, out there in the, well, there's the darkness right now. Right now, we're trying to figure out a way so that not only we can hit it fast better, but so that it's not as strong, it's weaker, it's can't hit us as well as it normally does. It's not just about making the enemy less likely it will hit us softer, I guess, but it's also about making it, maybe if you can stop it from hitting you, or just making it harder for it to hit you. It's all focused on battle, yes, but it's also, I think it's all focused on battle, but in the end, you also have to know the people you're fighting with, the people along your side. If you know them, you know what they're good at. You know what to send them on. You know the ones you have to keep at the back and the ones you should be in the front.
Understood.
More than warriors, we're generals. So it's not just, it's about fighting well, but it's also about putting a strategy together.
I feel like I should find a copy of The Art of War.
Might actually help. For instance, leeches, they're scared of fire, like really scared. And if I heard that their power isn't, some of them can hide to their eye. You won't be able to see them, but that only works on the eye and the human senses. But if you have a camera or something that can detect, let's say, warmth, it will still be visible to that. Something that is always good to know if you ever fight leeches. And it looks like we might have to fight leeches in Bloodbanes, and that, yeah. Bloodbanes often, I heard that last time there were this many Bloodbanes, it was because there was a lot of vampires too. A lot of leeches.
You think they have anything to do with the darkness?
Darkness? I don't think so. There are also a lot of the Bloodbanes. From what I hear, most definitely. Anyhow,
So,
go ahead.
Oh, go right ahead.
I'll say so. Beyond that, have you thought about a tribe yet?
I've been looking into a few and thinking about some, but before I make a final choice, there are a few people I have to ask some questions.
May I ask which tribes you're looking at?
Be perfectly honest, I am looking at both yours and the Shadow Lords.
Okay, I'll think. Two very different tribes.
Which is why I need to ask questions.
Well, and he'll like reach his hand, well, like spread his hands to his side. I'm here if you have any questions about being a child of Gaia, especially being a
Okay.
real child of Gaia.
All right. Well, I suppose the first one is what do you stand for? I heard
Question.
everything in brief, but it's nice to hear it from the actual person's mouth, and something tells me Bites the Week might have a small bias.
Oh, a little bit. I'll smile. For I stand for, and he'll think many things, but as a child of Gaia, I have been asked, and many people think that Ahrouns have no place in the tribe of the children of Gaia. I think that's very much wrong. I think if you look at it, the children of Gaia have in a very important place for Ahroun. We're all about peace and, well, unity more than peace, and about understanding. That's all good and well, but when you care for someone, as the children of, as our tribe do, you fight for them. I myself fight. The biggest reason why I fight is so that the people I care about can live. I try to survive, of course, but the main reason why is if I go down, well, that's one less rune to protect the rest of the rest of the nation.
Hmm.
I also stand for, well, you'll rarely see a child of Gaia that is completely, um, well, as traditional as other tribes. We don't stand for harsh punishment as many other tribes do. And we, something that has been done here with the Bill of Rights, the child of Gaia don't like treating, the children of Gaia don't like the way some of, well, the way the kinfolk are treated in some other tribes. As whether as others would take it to war, we'd rather speak with the other tribes. We try to make them understand what is wrong about the way they do and what is right. We try to make, it's about unity. So we try to make all tribes understand what the other tribes has gone through so that they can get a better view on their understanding, on their point of view. If we do that, means if we stop fighting amongst ourselves, if the tribes stop going to war with other tribes, we have a, a lot better chance of fighting the worm and of defeating it. We've lost tribes because of our actions, not only against other tribes but other servants of Gaia. If we hadn't done that, well, there'd be a lot more of us. And we might not be losing the war as we are right now, but we still have a chance to get back up. we still have a chance to turn things around. That's what I believe in.
All right.
And something that, well, if the other tribe is you're looking at the Shadow Lords who very much look down upon failure. From what I hear, they think that, well, you should never fail. The way I see it, you should acknowledge your failures. They're part of you just as much as your accomplishments. They'll build who you are. They'll build character. And well, one thing they do right, yes, I believe when you are trying to accomplish something, you should do it as if failure isn't an option. Pretend failure doesn't exist. And if you do fail, remember that just because you failed doesn't yourself are a failure. Not sure how much sense it makes in your chuckle.
More than I think you think it does, but at the same time, I have to ask. Earlier, you mentioned that if we fail, people die, especially as Ahrouns.
That is true. We, but in the end, it's still the same. You failed, yes. People died of it, and well, it will be hard on you. But you're still standing. You're still there. If you're still there, Gaia has a purpose for you. You will have a chance to make it right. Well, not. And he'll think, maybe, I'm not sure here what you did, because those lives will always be gone. There's no way of bringing back the lives that have been lost because of you. But it won't determine who you are in the end. Well, and he'll think, what I mean is, in the end, you'll have another chance, and you'll be able to save people, as long as you try to not make the same mistake again. As long as as long as you show that you learned from your mistake, then you're doing better.
Something to think about.
Every time you fail, think it as not only a failure, but also as a lesson. But the fact that people die when we fail is also part of why I say that when you do something, you go at it as if failure was not an option.
Understood.
He'll smile. Well, that's all. I just wanted to talk. If you want to spar again, we can. But well, the purpose I'll call you out for was talk.
I appreciate the offer, Raya, really, but I'm pretty sure a spar between us would end only one way.
He'll smile. Come back when you're clear, and we'll see again. Maybe when you have a pack too.
Nick will kind of nod and smirk a little
Do you
bit.
have any pack in mind?
What's up?
Any packs you're looking to join to?
Right now, I'm more focused on the big one than trying to find a small pack right now.
I'm not. Good.
Don't want to put the horse
Be
before
careful
the
when
cart.
you choose it. I'm not. Be careful when you choose a pack. It's what I say to people is that when you look for a pack, you don't just look for people that have the same point of view as you. You look for people that you actually enjoy being with, and that people you want to call family. Don't just join a pack because, well, they need a rune. That's, well, it's not a bad reason to join a pack, but if it's the only reason you join a pack, that the pack might break soon. Because, well, maybe you won't like the other people in the pack, or maybe they'll say something that you are completely against, that you stand against. So it's not just about looking for a pack that needed a rune. It's about looking for a pack that needs you, as in that needs Nicola. And that when you look at the pack, yes, you want to spend time with them and you want to be with them. You want to fight alongside them and you want to protect them.
Understood. Look for a family, not some friends.
I'm not. Yes, exactly. With that, if you want to leave, if you want to go, well, I assume you were training, so, well, whatever you're doing, and Cosmo, you can get back to it. But this was a nice talk.
Yes, it was, Raya. We should do it again sometime.
And he'll nod. And he'll light himself a joint as he sits back down. Because children of Gaia.
Yeah.
With that, can end this in there.
Sure.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And see you next time on another episode of Rage Across New York.